Hi class, this is your instructor Megan, and in this video I want to talk about creating text boxes that take up multiple columns. So I have this front page with Volunteer Boys. It's pretty much all ready to go except we don't have the article. If you look at this module here, we have photo, cutline, headline. We don't have a subhead or an article yet. So every module needs to have, if it has a photo, cutline, headline, subhead, article. If it doesn't have a photo, then it's just headline, subhead, article. And so I put my article in. We'll worry about the subhead later. And that does not look very good. I do not want to read that. Text that is very long, like this text is very unattractive. It looks like it's going to be very hard to read. Research shows that people actually read faster when the text is longer like this, but they dislike it. They like it less than reading short pieces of text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this box, and up here in my sort of palette, my toolbar up here, there's an icon that's 3 columns, and if I hover over it, it says number of columns. I can use this to increase or decrease the number of columns this text is split up into. So now I have one text box with 3 columns, and you'll see that if I change the size of the box, it changes the size of the columns. Now this design uses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns, so I'm actually just going to take this and actually, no it doesn't. This is not set up right. This uses 3 columns. Let me change this real quick. I made this newsletter, so I can tell you that whatever's going on with 5 is not right. It's 3. There we go. So we're going to line it up like that. Now, that's a little bit better, but it still just looks like a lot to read. It doesn't look very fun or exciting to read. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take this text box and make it a little bit shorter, and I'm going to change it to 2 columns. Oops. And you'll see now the type lines up with the columns, and I'm going to bring in this fact box that I made that just explains a little bit more about what's in this article. So this article is about an exhibit that was opening up called Geckos, and the whole point of the article was that it's a cool exhibit and you should come volunteer. So what I did is I made a little box that's called Just the Facts, and it says what, geckos, when, these are the dates, volunteers needed, and explains that we need some volunteers. So even if you don't read this article over here, if you read this little fact box, you kind of learn about it. So that's how to split text into columns. For those of you who are doing it this way, so I've seen it done this way where you kind of like make a column and then you put another column here. Oops. Or you can't even do it. And then you bring the text over. You don't want to do this. This is not the way to do it. First of all, it's unprofessional. Second of all, it's a big pain in the ass. So if you have all these columns and then you decide to make a fact box, what do you have to do? You have to come in and you've got to change all of these and make them a different size. It's a big pain in the butt. So don't do that. Just take one column and split it into the number that you need. It's going to make your life a lot easier. It's going to make it a little bit easier to make changes if you need to.